King Jacob sensed a great change in the air. He made an announcement and told his army to be aware. A tower of darkness has returned once more. He hadn't felt this kind of darkness since the Great War. Jacob then arrived at the tower, and with arrows it did shower. He reacted fast and created a shield. King Jacob then made it clear the godly power he now wield. He flew in the air as fast as the light, and with one hit he showed his true might. The tower collapsed, and a soulless being crept out, and then it began to shout, "How dare you destroy the temple of Mars? With this land now we shall make many scars!" The creature then raised its arm, and the dead did rise. Then from the ground lost souls also started to arise and swarm like flies. Jacob was alone and surrounded by foe. Many ice spears were made, and he began to throw. The spear stopped the zombie, severing the head, but the souls still attacked, filling Jacob with great dread. So he summoned his powers and shot a great light, releasing the souls and ending that fight. But he knew one enemy still remained, the soulless one, whose powers were drained. The soulless being looked on as he struggled to walk. Jacob stopped him and asked if he would talk. "Who summoned the tower, and why here? Is this something I should know? Is this something to fear?" The soulless being said, rather faint, "The land is something we need to taint. I was a knight once, before Kylo corrupted. I was a knight once, before my soul was disrupted." Jacob then looked on as the being disappeared. Then with his magic, the tower rubble Jacob cleared. Jacob then summoned his trident and traveled the sea. He arrived back at the kingdom as he saw V now flee. Jacob yelled, screaming, "Stop!" as Jacob then began to chase. When he stepped on a line, and arose a great pop. TNT exploded, and with that, Jacob fell back. He was caught off guard by the betrayal of such an attack. Jacob then looked around and saw a terrible sight. Around the museum, there were countless dead knights. It appeared V had done as he always did. TNT is something he must have hid, using the guise of alliance for entry, allowing him to get past all of the sentry. Jacob looked at the museum. The relics were gone. Jacob then wondered if he knew he was just Ares' pawn. Luckily, Jacob foresaw the break-in, and the decoys were all that V had taken. So when V's crest was done, he began an evil spell. The fakes lacked any real power, and so his soul he did sell. Claws cut into his being and tore it apart. It corrupted and tore right into his heart. The spell then began to change, and V lived through it, though rather strange. His body corrupted, and his soul mostly in hell. He was corrupted by his own spell. He did gain some power, and now with souls he sought to devour.